See, it's again a thing of I don't know if I'd be the same person I am today because the three experiences I had with the three people in high school is what led to me learning about forgiveness, change, and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But like there's still a part of me that like wishes I can go back and change the way things went with those three people because like no matter what the three people try and tell me, I'll always believe that like the stuff I did should not be excused, you know? Especially because like one of the people they always try and say that like they try and excuse like the things I either did or said, you know, because I was apparently like not in a good mental state, you know.
Right.
But like my biggest thing is I don't think one's mental state excuses their behavior. You know, obviously it can explain it and give context to situations, but I don't think one's mental state should ever be used as an excuse for behavior. You know.
Yeah.
And so like there's just a part of me that wishes I can go and change how things had gone down because even though those, again like those experiences help shape who I am today, I still kind of look at them as like a I guess you could say like I don't know the way I'm gonna say this is gonna sound like messed up, but like I look at like I look at those like three experiences as like a stain on my life, you know.
Right.
And that's not the fault of those three people. I say like it's a stain because like of what I did, you know.
Yeah.
So like I look at it and like it's a thing of like how you were kind of saying with the, you know, the whole thing of how like you acted like before. It's like you look back and you compare that old self to who you are now, and you kind of just are like, man, like how did I say any of that? How did I do any of that? You know.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I feel about the situation. It's like I always look back at it because like I just look at the person who I am today and just like in a sense I'm disgusted.
Huh.
But anything else that you would potentially change?
Anything else I'd change?
I'd probably tell myself to get into anime sooner.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah, that's also something too. I think I'll also tell myself to like start learning Japanese even sooner. You know,
Hmm.
if hypothetically speaking, if I were to start beginning learning Japanese since freshman year, and like didn't stop every day, like learning something new every day, by today I would think I would be fluent. Like not fluent 100%, but like able to hold a conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd probably just say the same thing about me in Spanish.
Yeah.
Because
Anything.
I can't tell you how often I've been roasted for being a Hispanic that can't speak Spanish or at least good Spanish.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's definitely up there as well. Honestly, let me ask you this. When it comes to schooling, would you change anything?
Schooling. Uh, there's one thing I'd like to change in what was it called? I mean, aside from like focusing more on classes, I feel like I should be more outgoing. If you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
talking to more people.
Yeah.
It's like the friendships you make that are the connections that are be worth it in the long run. You know.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say this? I think I think that's pretty much for it for me in terms of schooling. Just like focus more on and like start doing things earlier. You know, like I wish I could have told myself to start applying for more scholarships, but back then I was super lazy.
Mm.
I only started doing scholarships like months like before we're about to graduate.
Mm. Mm.
Unfortunately, I never got a single scholarship except for one. Thankfully, just one, which was pretty big. But aside from that, that's pretty much the only like amount of help, financial help I've received
Yeah.
as an outside source. You know, aside from Cal grants and Pell grants. Yeah, pretty much just like apply for more. How do you call it? Apply for more scholarships, and not only that, also wanted to add. How do you call it? Focus more on the ACT exams, because even though I did pretty bad, I'm surprised I even got into UC Berkeley. How do you call it? This is one of the things I wanted to say, and it was about what was I gonna say? You go ahead, Jack. I gotta think.
As far as schooling, I think related to the last episode, I would just make sure I found something to do with my life, you know?
Right.
But that's probably the only thing. While you're thinking, Dom, I'll propose this to you as well. Don't you hate, and this is related to the thing about if you could change things, don't you hate the fact that because like maybe you've only interacted with a person a few times, that they like will perceive you in a different way than like how you are right now? Like someone's perception of you is like the one interaction they had with you, like let's say in like 10th grade compared to now.
Now you mention it, yes. That's actually, yeah, you make sense about that, because the more you talk with the person, the more they share, about their background, and if you don't talk as much with the person, then it's obviously you won't know much about them.
Yeah.
I mean, not only as a friend, but as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about what people have perceptions about me, for those who have not talked to as much, or not talked to at all. But like, how do you call it? I mean, they probably see me as arrogant and like, super like how do you call it? Annoying, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, yeah, you have a point that people probably have different perceptions about who you are, the less they know about you, like personally, like through friendship and stuff.
Did the thing come to mind yet or no?
I was about to get to it. Let me think. I guess get in shape a bit before, before I got into high school.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had like so many opportunities to exercise and get into a gym and stuff like that, but I was just simply too lazy. I ate too much food back then.
Yeah, I feel you.
As well as maybe getting in touch with the teachers more, Maybe I'm not sure if that's 100% with like everyone, but I feel like they could probably help you, like becoming an adult,
Yeah.
Like maybe after college, or maybe like I don't know, maybe like working with taxes, or maybe like personal problems. I'm not sure.
Yeah, true. But so, any other thoughts?
No, I think that's it for me in terms of like what I could change back then.
All right then. I guess we'll close it off here. We thank you all for joining us for another episode of the Rule 34 podcast. As always, the door is open for anyone and everyone to come in and talk with us. And if you ever have any ideas you want to propose to us, our ears are open, I guess you could say. Just remember, the one thing we don't like to do is talk about politics or political topics. But other than that, I've been Jack.
I've been Dom.
We thank you all for joining us for another episode. And remember, if it exists, we have an opinion on it. Thank you all, and we'll see you in the next episode.